Oh, that's decent. I thought the lighting was gonna be bad. That's cool. I was just in the house watching Underground. Great movie, show, series, whatever it is. I wasn't watching it. Someone else was watching it, and I ended up sitting and enjoying the movie as well. And it had me thinking. Back in slavery time, the slaves would have to steal if they didn't have anything, because obviously they couldn't buy it. Well, not all slaves, the ones who wanted to be free. The slaves who were still captives, they got the bare minimum. Those other slaves, hiding in bushes, running through trees, those slaves had to steal. They had to lie. In some cases, they would have to kill just to get free. Were they not human too? Or were they merely criminals, slum to the earth? The villains that Batman would go after. Were they human? And then, as time went by, societies change. Environments alter. The darkness begins to come to light, and people see the truth that we are human too. And then there comes what? The Emancipation Proclamation, letting everyone know that they are free. So what exactly? We weren't freed at signing the Emancipation Proclamation. We were evicted from our homes. We were thrown out like trash. With not a penny to survive with. So we did the best that we could in the situation that we were in. We stole. The saying, born with a silver spoon in your mouth, doesn't even resonate in the minds of the people who I grew up around. Because we grew up with no spoon. You was raised with a spoon in your mouth. We never asked for much. Just the basic necessities. We merely ask for the things that God would give us if He were to come on this earth. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. And of those necessities, the opportunity to obtain the welfare that it'll take for us to get what we need. That's why Kamala Harris should be president. Because she understands. She understands what it meant to have your family on stage in front of millions and being forced to listen to the questions of, where's your dad's side of the family? Kamala Harris, you are a strong woman. And I chose to put everything to the side and focus all of my brain powers for whatever that brain power may be. To do whatever I could to help you become president. This isn't because I want to prove someone wrong. This wasn't because I didn't like the person you're running against. This wasn't because of any reason that anyone may think. I did this solely because I'm enlightened. And I understand Now, people, this is coming from a complete nobody. It could have been somebody. Hey, it is what it is. And I look at it on both sides. Now, this is coming from the rich, the powerful, the celebrities, the influencers. Those. I get it. I know exactly what you are thinking. Not at this moment, of course, but what you've thought. You don't know what the fuck I had to do to get to where I'm at. No need for applause. No need for claps. No need for cheers. That annoys me. That's why I sit back behind a camera by myself. If you ever wondered, I'm not afraid. Lord knows I am not afraid. I just like time to think, a peace of mind to clear my head. And whatever comes out, comes out. And it's better for me to express myself in whatever way I deem fit, as long as I'm not expressing myself in a way that will harm someone, that will hurt someone. The saying, I do what I want because I don't want the responsibilities of others, simply meant exactly what it says. I don't want to do your job. And because I don't want to do your job, I'm not going to do your job. And because I'm not going to do your job, I do what I want to do. That's what that means. You're in the position that you're in because of us, sincerely, your audience. You celebrities, like D.L. Hughley. The people follow you because they like you, not because they're forced to. You have the money that you have, not because you work your ass off for it, but because the people saw you working your ass off and they wanted to reward you, to see the things that you accomplished, whether it was comedy, whether it was acting, speaking, politicking, governing, whatever it was. People paid to see you do what you worked your ass off to do. In the moment you fail to live up to the standards of the people, you lose what you love, which is money. So the things that I say when I say them, they're not coming from me. They're coming from every single person that watches you. And no, they are not anonymous. Because we all are human beings. We all have eyes. We all watch you. And we all are your audience. Now, a few weeks ago, my son was burned on his back. The mother had no way to take him to the hospital. So I went and took him to the hospital. The thing is, I'm on probation, and one of the whatever, I'm not a legal person, I don't know, but I wasn't supposed to be around my children nor their mother while I was on probation. But I took him to the hospital, and I watched my other children while they were out. I go to my PO and inform them I go to jail. Violation of probation. Bless me. Now I have to go to court for violating probation, for deciding to be a father over abiding by the law. Choosing my family over choosing anything else. Sounds familiar? Life is not unfair. This justice system is unfair. I went to court for my crime. I put my trust in the legal system. And I used to be the one that sit around and look down on people who have felons. I was one of those people. Didn't even want to stay in the same room with a person who just got out of jail. And what I did was an accident. So I said I'll trust the legal system. My first attorney, Eric Herrnstein, for a full 7 months. Spoke with him about 20 different times. And every single time, he would tell me it's not a matter of if you're going to jail or not. It's a matter of how long you'll be there. Then it comes with a plea deal when we get to court. Now, before court, well, around the time the court was supposed to start, I rode the elevator all the way up to the 11th floor or 10th floor, whichever one. I hop off the elevator and I go to my courtroom. There was a sign on the door that said the courtroom had changed to the 5th floor. I had to ride the the elevator back down to the 5th floor. Both me and Eric Herrnstein seen that paper. Someone's walking up. Apologies. 1 second. Yes, sir. Huh?
You just chilling or what?
Talking to myself.
What the fuck I should do with the cat? I put it in the fucking garbage can?
You give it to Priscilla. Give it to Priscilla.
And do what?
It's dead?
Yes.
It already died?
Yeah.
Give it to Priscilla. I got it. Sorry. Cat died. Life. Now, I get to the 5th floor. I hop on the elevator. The gentleman, my lawyer, he never hopped on the elevator with me. I go to the 5th floor. I go inside. About 5 minutes or so later, my lawyer comes in. Apparently, he didn't even know that I was the person that he was defending. Didn't even know it was me. At all whatsoever. Lost faith right then and there. I expressed to the judge how I felt about the situation. I expressed to the judge how every single one of our conversations led nowhere. And I'll just do it out. Well, we had court scheduled for the following week. And he said it might not be enough time to get another lawyer. I said, I can do it myself. But I don't know. I said, you know what? I'll take a lawyer. All right. Public defender. Well, I said I'd do it myself since we don't have time. And the public defender said, well, Your Honor, we also need time because we have yet to find the victim nor any of the witnesses for this case. Now, the judge, he, did a continuance and whatnot, rescheduled the court. Since then, I had 3 other attorneys. First, it was Yannick Cools. Then it was Sonia Strickland. Then it was Bach Hang. Bach Hang was the first one that actually met me in an office area type. All right. We sat in there. Well, he meets me. He comes outside after like 20 minutes or so of me waiting, and people looking at me weird and all this stuff. I don't care. But he comes and get me, and we go in this little room. He had a young lady with him. I have no idea who she was. And we sat there and we talked about our case. We talked about different things, and we talked about family and all that stuff. I learned that he was divorced, and he doesn't have full custody of his kids neither. Okay. He attempted to put his situation into my situation. Like he could understand where I was coming from. But the difference was, if he decided that he wanted to randomly pick his kids up, a spur of the moment type deal, and take them somewhere, he can. I couldn't. If he wanted to go up and hug his child after graduation and not be afraid that a police officer or his probation officer, whose son may be in the same school, was there to see them, he had no worries in the world. No worries about breaking the law or anything if he wanted to see his children. That is what a problem was for me. But he did not understand that. After an hour or so, we leave. About 2 hours. It was a decent meeting. I applaud him for that. But before we left, he said this, and I will never forget it. He said, while you were waiting out there, a couple of my colleagues say that they smelt marijuana on you. Mind you, I hadn't been smoking at all whatsoever. I hadn't had a lick of drugs in my system at all whatsoever. And for him to say that showed me he did not care at all. So I gave up hope in the legal system. I gave up hope in the justice system. I gave up hope on those public defenders. So I said, screw it. I'll take a plea deal. They gave me a plea deal for 36 months probation. That's damn good compared to 120 months federal penitentiary. So I said, fuck it, I'll take it. But in the back of my mind, I couldn't help but think, like, why is it that I'm not dangerous enough to be put behind bars? Not dangerous enough to be considered a threat to society. A threat to my community. I'm not even dangerous enough to be a threat to the little grandmothers that lives down the street. But I'm too much of a threat to be allowed to see my children. Now, I hope I got everything out. I hope you see the seriousness in this video. I hope that you feel my pain. And I hope that Kamala Harris becomes the next president of the United States of America. Thank you. Good night.